Yes, we're here with Ron DeArmond and Eddie and Crash. And these are, is it possum or opossum?
Depends on what part of the country you're from.
Okay, from Iowa.
Possum.
Possum, okay.
We usually call them, yeah. Possum and opossum.
Yeah, these are some of the most fascinating creatures, and I want to have you tell everybody a little bit about what possums are all about.
Okay, the cool thing about the possums and stuff is these are Iowa's only marsupial, and so
It is a marsupial.
It is a marsupial.
So explain that.
Marsupials are animals that raise their young in a pouch. So both Crash and Eddie here have pouches.
Like a kangaroo.
Like a kangaroo. So these guys are related to kangaroos, not rats or anything like that.
Because that's what a lot of people, especially around the cities that have not seen these guys climbing around trees or whatever, they think, oh, look at the big rats. And I'll tell you, growing up in the big city, we see these guys running around in the alleyways. We thought they were gigantic rats, and they'd freak people out, mainly because of what their tail looks like.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a bare naked tail, but it's a prehensile tail, and so that's like your primates and stuff. And so it's a cross. It's definitely one of those animals that you could cock your head and wonder what you're looking at. It's got opposable thumbs on the feet, and so again they have an actual thumb.
Grab on here.
They'll hang on. And that's
Isn't that cool?
To guide them across the trees and stuff, and
did you find anything in there?
Their heads and lose jacket. But
there were some almonds in there.
If there's anything in there that you can eat, it will. That's for sure. But the reason we brought the possums out and stuff is that spring has sprung. The animals are coming either out of torpor or out of hibernation.
Now, what is torpor?
That's when an animal doesn't necessarily go into a deep hibernation, but they can control their respirations and their body functions to where they don't burn as many calories.
Slow down. So
right when it gets really cold out, they tend to slow down too. And so we're starting to see the animals are out and about more, and so we wanted to bring these two out to remind folks to kind of take it easy, slow down. You're going to start seeing more and more animals crossing roads in front of you and stuff like that. They're not the fastest in the world, so give them some room. We're already getting more rehab animals. We've had a Cooper's hawk come in. Just this morning had a barred owl come in that was hit by a car. They called me at 1 o'clock in the morning, so those of you that come and go on EP True, thanks for the phone call this morning. But again, what's happening is what we call the roadkill, the pedestal deer, the stuff that was killed over the winter, covered with snow. It's becoming exposed, and these animals are eating along the roadsides now. And especially when you're talking your birds of prey, you get close, they try to fly, and again, you can create like a little wind tunnel experience, and it'll draw the bird into your vehicle.
Oh, no.
So you need to be aware if there's roadkill out. And
now, what do these guys eat? What do the possums eat? Because you're going to see these guys on the road a lot, especially when it starts warming up, because the road's a little warmer too.
Right, these guys will eat anything. So they're omnivores.
Including dog food if you leave it on the back porch?
Well, that's a big problem. That's what we call, that's a big urban wildlife problem, is that when you leave that dog food and cat food out, the possums, the raccoons, they all start coming in, and they don't need our help. They do quite fine on their own. But these guys, they're most famous for having the most teeth of any mammal.
Oh, really?
Right. They've got the most. They've got 50 teeth in that mouth.
I didn't know that. Okay.
All right. So again, you've got a critter that's got more teeth than you, and looks like it's having a pretty good time.
He's trying to.
Is there something in that pocket?
I ate the walnuts or the almonds, but their hands are really cool too. Or their paws. What do you call them? Hands, paws,
feet. Right.
Feet. Their feet.
Again,
they are most interesting. Like look at the front feet. Look like they can grab pretty good with the front feet here. There you go.
Right, and then again, if you look at that back foot, Lou, that's where they have an actual thumb, like we've got a thumb.
Here's the back foot here.
Right, and that's what they'll grab with and hang on to. So it's just like a primate. So these guys, one of nature's oddities.
Now, will Eddie hang by his tail if I put my hand out there, or not quite?
Not quite. I mean, we hear the stories, and you can pick them up and hold them by their tail, and they will hang on.
But it's mainly for support.
Balance, right? Okay, so when they're out on a tree and they want to get to the end of a branch, they'll wrap their tail around that branch. So if the branch breaks, they're not going to fall. They've still got their balance and something to hang on to and stuff like that. You see the pictures of all the babies in a row on a tree branch and stuff like that. Really doesn't happen. When those babies come out, they're riding on mom's back, and then they're actually born without any hind feet, and they crawl into mom's pouch, and When they grow up, about 3 months old, they come out and hang on her back.
So people should not be afraid of these when they see them.
No.
Now, they go to attack them because they snarl and they'll make some noises and they'll sound mean.
Sure.
But you don't want to take a shovel to these guys.
No, you don't want to take a shovel to anything, really. Wildlife does not wake up and go, how many people am I going to attack today? They just aren't built that way. They want to survive. They want to live. So, again,
He's
if they
licking
feel...
me. She's licking me. Okay, so
Right,
that's
yeah.
how mean this animal is.
But you don't want to go out to the wild possums and have them lick you either.
Yeah, no.
Again, all animals just want to exist. Again, if you find a possum in your garage, open the garage door. He'll eventually walk out. I mean, I had a possum at my back door one time. I couldn't get past it. He was snarling and stuff. I got the shovel out. I didn't club him, but I just used it as a shield just to guide him to where he needed to go.
Yeah, so please don't kill these things.
You don't need to whack him or run him
they're going to
over.
be getting mice more than your mousetrap will, okay?
These guys are pretty good to have around, and again, they've adapted to being around people. You see them in Des Moines fairly regularly, and so appreciate it for what it is. It's an Ice Age relic, and
it's a marsupial.
And it's a marsupial. So again, if you like kangaroos, you got to love the possum.
You got to love possums.
Absolutely.
There you go. Very well said. All right, tell everybody where your place is located.
Sure.
This is a great place with the snow on the ground now. Need some place to get away from the cold. Stop over to Merle Hay Mall.
And we love the snow. But again, the Academy of Wildlife Education is at Merle Hay Mall. We're open during regular mall hours. We had a fantastic week with spring break and stuff, but you can continue to come out. We have some new displays that we're building, and we got a real big surprise coming this summer.
Awesome.
So again, keep coming out.
All right, look, now Eddie's going to sleep.
That's
All
right.
So we went on wake Eddie. So
Possum Whisperer. You have a job, Lou.
there